pop song right here to that first. Huh?
Sorry, turn up a tiny bit.
Can't
These are the 105 people, family. 105 black men and women that were killed by the hands of the police in 2015. We're not even talking about 2020 or 2019. We're talking in 2015 alone. 105. What's going on, Terris? 105 black people killed by the hands of the police with no consequences. These are their pictures in 2015. 2015. Here we are 4 years later. A 105. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. 105. In 2015. You want to know why there's rioting, picketing, protesting? This is in 2015. We didn't get here by accident. What are we going to do, family? What are we going to do? What do you do when those who are supposed to protect you are killing you? What do you do? It's not going to be peaceful. Now here we are. Karan, Shannon. Want me to read their names? Karan, what's going on? Let me see. We have India Kager. Virginia Beach. September was killed. Tyree Crawford. James Carney. Felix Kumi. You want names? Junior Prosper. Keith McLeod. Wayne Wheeler. Levante Biggs. Lamontez Jones, Rayshawn Cole, Patterson Brown, Christopher Kimball. 105, Shannon. Okay? These people look like people in my family. They look like my son. Michael Lee, Alonzo Smith, Anthony Ashford, Dominic Hutchison. A female, Tiara Thomas. Cornelius Brown. Jamar Clark, Richard Perkins. Come on, family. Assams Manley, Christian Taylor, Troy Robinson, Brian Day. You think we're imagining this? Is this our imagination? Keith Childress, Betty Jones. We gotta find our way, family. Kevin Matthews, Michael Noor. What do you have when you have 10 bad cops out of 1,000 bad policemen? You have 1,010 bad cops. Michael Sabby. Sorry, turn to the other song. Billy Ray Davis. Samuel Dubois. Darius Stewart. The other song, sorry. Okay. Albert Davis. Sandra Bland, Salvador Elmswood, George Mann. Who else we have on here? Thanks for joining us, guys. Robin, how you doing? I'm always happy to see you on here. This is not easy, Robin. Jonathan Sanders, Freddie Blue, Victor LaRosa, Spencer McCain, Kevin Bajoli, Zamiel Crawford, Jermaine Benjamin, Chris Jackson. Young people, killed by the ones who are supposed to be protecting us. Kevin Higginbotham, Ross Anthony, Richard Gregory, Curtis Jordan, Marcus Clark, Lorenzo Hayes, D'Angelo Stallworth, DeJuan Graham, Brandon Glenn, Reginald Moore, Nuwana LaRoche, Jason Champion. Come on, people. Come on, white people. Brian Overstreet, David Felix, Terry Lee Chapman, William Chapman, Samuel Harrell, Freddie Gray, Norman Cooper, Brian Action, Darrell Brown, Frank Shepard, Walter Scott, Donald Dante. Come on, family. You want to know why we're marching? You want to know why things are being torn up? Don't talk to me about the millennials. I thank God for the millennials. Eric Harris, Philip White, Dominic Wise, Jason Molan. This is 2015, family. 2015. Now, you know in the Terris Strength Show, we talk about creating our own reality. Okay? What reality is this creating? Bobby Cross, Denzel Brown, Brandon Jones, Askari Roberts, Terrence Moxley, Anthony Hill, Bernard Moore, Nishalis Vincent, Tony Robinson, Charlie Cornung, Darrell Gatewood, Deontay Dorsey. These are our sons, daughters. Thomas Allen, Laval Hall, Calvin Reed, Gordo Moisey, Talk to Me Shannon, Terry Price, Natasha McKenna, Jeremy Lett, Kevin Garrett, Alvin Haynes, Artego Damon Howard, Tiano Meton, Andre Lerone Murphy, and who knows how many more that haven't been reported. I want you guys to let that sink in for a second. Police killed at least 104 unarmed black people in 2015, nearly twice each week. 36% of unarmed people killed by police were black in 2015, despite black people being only 13% of the U.S. population. Only 13 of the 104 cases in 2015 where an unarmed black person was killed by police, resulting in officers being charged with the crime. 4 of these cases have ended in a mistrial or charges against the officers being dropped, and 4 cases are still awaiting trial or have a trial underway. This is in 2015. Only 4 cases, Matthew Abadaji, Eric Harris, Patterson Brown, and William Chapman, have resulted in convictions of officers involved, with the 5th case, Walter Scott, resulting in the officer pleading guilty. Of the 4 cases where the officers were involved have been convicted and sentenced, none were sentenced to serve more than 4 years in prison. Only 1 of 2 officers convicted for their involvement in Matthew Abadaji's death received jail time. He was sentenced to 1 year in jail and allowed to serve this time. Now, what I want to know, family, am I valuable? These people look like me. Am I worth it? All I hear on the news is people worrying about the looting and all the stuff going on, right? But we all know that change does not take place until we become inconvenienced. People don't change unless it inconveniences them not to. We must do better. We must do better, family. We had an insurrection. Our president, he's totally unequipped to deal with this situation. Totally. But this is an us issue. We must find our hearts, family. I'm actually proud of seeing the response. I'm excited to see the response from conscious white folk who understand what's at hand here. They're marching with black people. Don't talk to me about the millennials. I love the millennials. We have a situation now, family, where this is a perfect storm. It's a perfect storm. It's right for this situation. We're coming out of a pandemic that has killed over 100,000 people in this country. We have rampant unemployment. People can't find jobs. They're losing businesses and companies are going out. We have police brutality, which has been unchecked. Millennials, no, they're not going to have jobs for 30 years and be able to retire. If they don't create it, they don't get to eat. Many of them are living at home, if their parents can keep their homes. So what we have is a perfect storm of our neglect. And we must go inward. We must go inward. I don't want to hear about the looting. I don't want to hear about anything. People are upset. And anger is good. It's how you get your needs met. We're talking 105 in 2015. And what has been done to the police department? We have cases on top of cases, and these people and these police are not punished. They're killing black men with no with no consequence. And you're looking in their faces and you're giving them excuses. You're giving us excuses. Frankly, family, it's insulting to me. You know, you kill us in broad daylight, and then you're going to tell us how we should respond. You kill us through violence, but you want peaceful protests. We must stop lying. These kids know you're lying. You blame the kids. You blame the economy. This is the effect of post-traumatic slave syndrome. I've talked about it in my past classes. What do you do when you're a kid and your parent, and I'm not saying we're children, but what do you do when that which is supposed to protect you is out of control? What do you do? Unbelievable. So here we are. Police stations being burned down. And how do we get here? We're going to continue to avoid and divert. You know, it's the thugs. I don't want to hear anything about Antifa. I don't want to hear anything about fringe groups, because we put ourselves in this situation for them to have a platform. Okay, so I liken it to a hurricane that comes. You know, the hurricane brings high winds. It brings water. High winds and water. And it causes a lot of damage. But you know what really causes the damage in a hurricane is when it spawns tornadoes that ravage houses intermittently. And you know what? We're responsible for it. We're slowly destroying our environment, which is a byproduct of climate change. And so we're seeing more destruction from weather. We're out of balance, family. If we're not destroying the environment, we're oppressing people. No love. And everything around us is trying to get us to understand that we must find our hearts. We must find our hearts. It's a perfect storm. You know, we have a president, he's a walking embodiment of lighter fluid. And we're not going to get away this time. My condolences to the George Floyd family and all that you're going through. But this situation has ignited not only the nation, 72 cities, it's ignited the world. There's protesting going on around the world. The United States, we have to take a look at ourselves. This has ignited the world. How are you going to continue to ignore this? I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear any more. I don't want to hear White people talk about how many black friends they have in their family. I don't want to hear it. It's insulting. If you're not talking about the impact of white privilege, and I applaud those groups who understand that, who have the wisdom to understand that we must come together. You must accept responsibility. You can't act like it doesn't affect you. It's affecting you now. You know, we destroy our environment. We all pay the price for it. Why? Because we're one. Nature shows us we're one. We go down together. We figure it out. We move on. We don't, we go down. So all this stuff going on with the protests, all this violence is necessary, unfortunately. It's necessary because the silent protests haven't worked. They haven't worked. And case be told, in history, it's never worked. Anytime there's been major changes made, it hasn't been silent. We spend billions and billions of dollars on our military. Do we do that just to be silent? Or we do that in order to cause inconvenience? That's the purpose of our military, is to cause inconvenience if we don't get our needs met. Stop it with the lies, people. Stop it. Stop it. Post-traumatic slave syndrome. You know, all this nonsense. We got to wait till the guys are charged. You got the Ahmaud Arbery killing. You know what I mean? We don't know what's going on with that. You know, and we get excuses on top of excuses on top of excuses. In broad daylight. And all we hearing now, they are flipping police cars. Of course they are. So what do? I don't want to hear peaceful. It's peaceful now. They've been protesting now for 8 days, almost 9 days. That's never happened before. Your president has claimed that this is an insurrection. It needs to be. Great job. Unfortunately, sometimes in order to have peace, you know, it may have to get a little frisky. Unfortunately. But we've seen this many times before. We've seen this over and over again. It must stop, family. It must stop. And so I'm happy. I'm glad to see people standing up. Again, I want to applaud the conscious people in both groups and conscious people around the world who understand what they must do and reject it. I said to myself, I felt that more police officers need to come out and reject what happened. But instead, they're adopting that brother in blue. We've seen pockets of policemen understand this and do what they need to do. But for the most part, they all need to come out and reject what has happened. But that hasn't happened because of the whole boys in blue brotherhood. Okay. So understand what's going on, okay? When you make a group feel powerless, then you're going to get a taste of what it feels like to be powerless yourself. This is what we're saying. This doesn't freak me out. It's necessary. I want to thank Brother O. I want to thank Jerry Petito. You had a great show last night. You're a real fire plug. I want to thank you for your show. I want to thank Brother O for giving me the opportunity. We must find our hearts, family. We must find our hearts. And we all have a responsibility. Don't sit here and say it's those people. You need to raise your own awareness. your young people are more aware. They know what it means, and I applaud that. They're tired of it. Talking about the millennials. I'm hearing the older generation complaining about the kids. We always complain about the kids. We complain about the kids. They're in school. They read history. They see what's been going on. They see what's been going on. You're gonna lie to them? It's necessary. It's necessary. The police brutality must stop. You've ignited the world. You're a laughingstock in the world right now. Now, how far are we going to take this? Black people in this country we've been going through this for 300 years. Okay? To a lot of people who are non-black, non-people of color, it doesn't matter because it's not inconveniencing you right now. Well, it's getting closer to inconveniencing you. We must come together. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear how many black friends you have. I don't want to hear that you have good cops. We know this. We know this. We know that everyone is not responsible. But when the good allow the evil to take control, then you're responsible. We're all responsible. The last 7, Eric Garner. Michael Brown. Tamir Rice. Walter Scott. Jamar Clark. Alton Sterling. Don't see this name, it got cut off on my printer. Stevan Clark, I don't know his name, I'm sorry. Botham Jean. Breonna Taylor, shot while she was asleep. And of course, George Floyd. Colin Kaepernick, he took a knee during an NFL game, blackballed, don't have a job. Okay, peaceful. Here we are, family, in the middle of a pandemic. Protesters around the world out here protesting right now. Where's your heart, family? Where's your heart? What do you do? What do you do when those who are supposed to protect you are killing you? I want you to ask yourselves that question. What do you do? What do you do when you're watching your children be gunned down in the streets? What do you do? Can you sit in my shoes? Find your heart. Sit in my shoes. got to do better, people. We got to do better. I applaud the protesters. Whatever happens, happens. When 9/11 happened, the military went over there and killed who know what. So here we are. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone who joined me this afternoon for this. I just want to get a little bit of that off of my chest. I don't know if you guys have any questions. You guys can all see what's going on. It's on TV 24 hours a day. I want to encourage everyone to find a way to contribute to change. Everyone, don't ignore what's happening. Look in the mirror and take an honest assessment of your views and your perspective. Because you must understand it matters. It impacts your life, it impacts the lives of others. You know, the new souls that are coming in now, their job is to bring about change. It's time to go out with the old ideas, old perspectives. That's the purpose of the youth. They're newer souls. And we must embrace change. This has to stop. This has to stop. I have children, you have children. On behalf of Beverly Nation, I want to thank you guys for joining in. Jerry Petito, congratulations on hitting 1 million listeners. You're a little feisty one, you are. Brother O, thank you for your platform and your encouragement. I'm not trying to advocate anything other than us to take a hard look inward. Forget about our leaders. They are elected by us, and get out and vote. Use the power you have and take an honest assessment of yourselves. All right, family. Thanks for joining us. The little Terris Strength Rant. I can't breathe. This planet is for all of us. We all have the right to breathe. Okay, all of us. If one can't breathe, none of us can breathe. Okay, we must take the psychological knee off of each other's necks. I want to breathe. We all need to breathe. This is all of our planet. We all belong here. Thanks for joining us, Karan. You know we can't get this thing started until you arrive. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. This year, pandemics, protesting. What's next? What's next? Thank you for joining, Robin. Brother Baruti, thank you for your support. All right, family. It's been good talking to you. I hope you think about the rant. Find a way to make contributions towards change. Find a way to make contributions towards change. Let's not live in fear. Let's live in purpose. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. Guys, take it easy.